So we had to admit later that we got her a new one, but by then she didn't care, so that was good.
At that point, she didn't care.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
nice. Look
Yeah.
at that. MU ripping. Come on, MU. A little bit
Are
more.
you
That way I can break out the whiskey.
are you in MU?
Yes, from
Oh,
45, uh, 40,
QGEN, Kiagen, May
40-ish is what I
42
got
call
filled at.
activity,
boy.
about 4,000.
As always,
Look at
guys,
that. MU ripping. Come on, MU. A little bit
are
more.
you
That way I can break out the whiskey.
oops, sorry guys, repeat there. As always, I'm silencing Benzinga so that
Yeah, let's close that out.
it will be
There's our auxiliary.
talking him over.
There's our auxiliary. That's what it looked like.
I also got a
Oh.
trade on JD, but I don't think that one's going to work out very well.
Sorry, is this is where
JD?
you
This is where we all got together to hug.
okay.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of bears.
There was a lot of bears there.
Why is it what's happening? Why is it not downloading? Like some things just don't work and I don't understand why on this new computer.
Ooh,
Anyways, I see the bears. Oh, and now I've
almost
lost
there,
my-
MU. Come on, a little bit more. Hopefully, I'm not the only one that ever talks to the stocks to make them go the way you want them to go.
No, we heard Thor doing that this afternoon as he was live trading. He was busy talking to it, and anybody who's been on here knows that I often talk to the stocks. I think it's what we do, right? It's like talking to the players on the field through your TV. I mean, it helps, right?
Yep. There's my second partial on MU. I'll take that.
That's a good rise through that. Nice. What made you? Let me just pull up MU here. What was your entry on MU? Because I wasn't seeing an obvious entry for double bottom moving average cross at 3 o'clock.
Yeah. So at 3 o'clock right there, I had actually been looking for it for a short from 230.
Okay.
But I just didn't like the price action or the level 2 that was there. And when it bounced off of 45.24 and couldn't make a new low off that 200 on the 1 minute, I started seeing the moving averages start sloping up and it just fit well. So I decided to take an entry right there. I got a little bit late fill because I had to do some backtracking. I would have liked like 45.38 would have probably been my perfect entry, but I took it anyways. And now I'm hoping that JD can follow suit, that MU takes JD with it. Which if you look at 250 on JD, kind of had that same moving average cross on the 1 and 2 minute heading up. I'm biased on JD. That's why I didn't like
I like JD.
the JD.
I like
I
JD.
just I do
Yeah.
too. It sold off so hard in the morning. I was like, this is ripe for an extreme reversal back with how strong it's been the last couple of days. But then it just got really choppy and it just never quite gave the move. And I was hoping this time it'd be there.
Oh,
got back to the view app. One
Guild.
then,
What do I do? What do I do?
back. Guild, what do you do? Are you short or long?
Oh, I'm long.
I would have taken that off at 83.
Yeah, I was busy paying attention to something else. I realized I didn't download Epic Pen, so I need to get my
You're not
pen.
that far from 83. View app is 83.30-ish. So I would think that you're gonna get a probably a pullback there. What's
Wow, SPY is really pushing up towards its high of the day again, huh? I thought it might find some resistance on the 200 on the 5-minute. But
Just do the free one now.
yeah, don't you hate that, Peter? You get the new computer now, you got to download all the Microsoft apps and all your things all over again.
And it's the little things that
Oh,
you forget about, right? Like the Epic pen. I went to open the pen to point at things for people, and I'm like, I don't have it. Oops.
but it's all good. You'll get to play with your new toy on the weekend, get it all tuned up.
Ugh. You know, the thing is, I have no desire to do that. I really don't. All right, woohoo! I can draw. All right, we're back.
Oh, come on, JD, Phil. There it is.
Look at here. Look at all this stuff running.
Yeah, I know. Well, there is that upside
One
where
thing-
I can actually do these things at the same time. So I'm able to trade effectively. So I'm happy. I'm happy about that. I'm able to run the Epic pen, so I could actually draw levels for you guys if I needed to. Anyways, we're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
See now, if you wanted to take a trade, I would think Apple would be it'll be green on Monday. Is what I'm guessing. You know, you get a downgrade, and it's like Square. Square had that downgrade by, I think it was Raymond James. Really sold off, and look at it; it's right back to where it was before it got the downgrade.
I'm sorry, which were you talking about there, Brian?
Just talking about, like, for example, I was just using Square as an example, how these downgrades tend to stick for a day, and then, you know, everybody, the conspiracy theorist inside of me says, you know, Goldman wanted to buy some apples, so they come out with a downgrade, and all jump in and sell, and Goldman accumulates, you know, a position for one of their clients or their own book. And Monday it'll be back up again. It'll be green.
Well, you know, it's not as
Yeah,
crazy
and I was just
of
saying
a conspiracy theory as we'd like to
Yeah, I was
think.
just saying that with Square. Square, they did Raymond James downgraded them. They had a big sell-off day. I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday, and now it's right back to where you know, to where it was before.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
think
my
it
goodness.
was yesterday. They bid a big downgrade, and of course, you know, all the
Whoops.
market players jumped in, sold it, and now it's right back up to where it was before.
Well, this is a good reason
Yeah.
why you set stops. Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh no,
it's,
yours is more important.
No, I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
Here's a good lesson as to why you set stops. I got so excited on Guild and then software and doing everything, I completely forgot that I was in a trade on Disney. If you remember, I entered this trade a long time ago at 105.80, and it's now sitting at 106.11. But fortunately, I had my stop in, so it stopped me out at break even. I just had micro shared. I only had 5% of my position left. I was hoping to get down to 104.50. When I last looked at it, it had wicked down there like here at 245. That's the last time I looked at it, about an hour ago. And then look what it's done ever since. So if I had been paying attention, it would have been obvious to get out once it broke VWAP. Could have preserved
Peter.
a few cents.
Nice.
Pay attention, man.
I know. I haven't even started drinking yet. Come on. It's like, I got no excuse. As Andrew
You need one of those.
directly pointed out.
You need one of those, what do you call it? Those with
Assistants?
the air controller. Well, you need one of those air traffic controllers used to use. The little things they put in front of them to remind them what planes they were controlling to come in.
I'm sure there's an electronic version of that I can find somewhere.
I'm sure there is now, but they used to have these little tablets right on the the different airlines, and they keep them stacked in front of them.
Adam's this one that I'm busy scribbling around with. This is just something called Epic Pen. You actually just go to epicpen.com. You can download a free version. That's all I downloaded here. I'll have to go find my license information and get back my paid version at some point. But or did I ever pay for it? Maybe I just stole somebody's. I don't remember now. Anyways, maybe it's time to buy it. It's only like $20, but it's good because in the paid one you can make arrows and stuff. I know Carlos has got the paid version, so I'll be a good citizen. And
yeah,
for $20, I could pay for it.
Yeah, I think you can. I think there is a free version.
Yeah, that's what I'm using right now. I just downloaded it from their site. So
Oakley dokley.
it looks like this. Here's the Epic Pen thing. I don't really take screenshots with it. Maybe that's what Andrew keeps using. Hold on, let's see here. Let's see if it sounds the same. That just broke things. Well, I don't know how that feature works, obviously. Never mind. Anyways.
I think he uses light shot.
Does he?
Yes, yeah, he does.
Yeah.
I don't worry. I mean, frankly, one of the
Yeah.
few native Windows tools that I find works really well is their clipboard, the snipping tool. So, it works fine for me. Guild, well, good thing I waited.
Wow, SPY made a new high.
Woohoo! All right. I am, what are we sitting at? Quarter two? You know what? I'm going to cut my partial in half. I'll take half of it here. Why not?
Guild went through VWAP.
Yes, it did. I wasn't going to take another partial. I was just going to take it all off. However, we still have 15 minutes left. You might.
Yes, we do.
And it had monkey news, so you gotta trade the monkey news. Whoops! I keep forgetting to put Mike back on top here.
Oh.
Get Mike back on top.
I'm hidden.
There you are. You're back.
There you go.
The bear's in the room.
Yep.
Are you standing?
Yeah, I'm
Mike?
standing.
Oh, okay.
You wouldn't be able to see him behind the bear if he wasn't standing. And you're using all your screens, Mike. I can see them all
today
running
I
there.
got them all up today. So
All right. Excellent.
Guild is your guild trade. That was some really nice flag patterns there, eh? On a 2-minute chart. Just started around 14:45 in the afternoon. Had a
Brian,
bit of a
you're...
rounding bottom.
Yep. Sorry.
Yeah, is that where you
No.
got in? Because I'm just looking at that trade.
Yes. Yeah, if you look on the 5-minute chart, Brian, there's a spinning top or indecision doji right at 245. It's basically that's what made up
Yeah.
my mind, and then I got in once I had confirmation it was breaking up from that. So
Yeah.
So it actually traded perfectly off a trend line. If you draw a trend line from 12:30 where it kind of topped out, and you can see it kept bumping against this trend line heading lower, and then it did that rounding bottom like you said, pushed through, did a little bit of a push through the trend line, came back, touched it from the other side, and then off to the races. And again, that kind of 9 moving average also hooked up there.
I'm curious, what's the trend line that you're looking at? You broke up on that.
Bring it.
Mike, are you hearing him?
I'm getting them broken.
Okay, me too.
Oh, I don't know why.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear that. It seems to
Can
me
you hear me
sometimes when you just start it, I don't know, it processes or something. Anyways, my apologies.
Okay. Yeah, if you just draw a trend line on that, just from 12, I would say you could even go back to the beginning of the day there. 5-minute chart.
I can do a whole day, but yeah, a 5-minute chart
So
at the bottom.
Yeah, start. Let's see. Start at go to 12:30, but you could really extend that. Go to the 12 round 12:45, top of that candle. The 12 to 12:45. Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Now draw a trend line on that, sort of around that. Just draw it right down to where, around there.
We'll make it nice and visible here. There
Blue
you go.
one. Here you
Let's
go.
see.
Let's say it. Kind of see how it broke that. The trend line I drew was a little bit steeper, so it if you bring that down a bit,
Right.
a little more. Move down a little more. But you can see here it tried to break the trend line, checked back a little bit, and then bounced right off it.
Right.
But I know you got in a little bit earlier, but that was kind of confirmation that the trend was broken.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Just another way to look at it. I mean, there's we talk about using indicators. I mean, there's just no shortage of indicators, obviously.
Well, that's the good thing when in multiple time frames or using multiple methods, you can sort of see the same setup because it just gives confirmation. Because frankly, what's important to me, it's funny, I run into people a lot that will say, oh, like if you've got a secret strategy, why are you willing to share it? And I'm thinking, like, the best strategies are the ones I want everybody to use it. Because if everybody in the world is using my strategy, it becomes self-fulfilling. So why would I not share it as widely as possible? So yeah, I want to see what everyone else is seeing. And when I say everyone else, I mean obviously it's all us retail traders because computers are going to see it differently, and the institutional guys are going to be trading off of different indicators most usually. But it just helps reinforce things.
And it's why the View app works so well too, because everybody and their dog watches the View app. Every day trader that has a decent platform, everybody's watching the View app, and institutions look at XLE is just really ripping here.
The SPY is ripping up. It's up
XLE
almost 287.
Yeah, here we go. Come on, baby, let the good times roll.
Yeah, come on.
Is your MU still? MU pulled back here a little bit, but it's moving up again.
Yep, I still got a little spot. I'm looking for 45.96 is what I'm looking for.
Was there some news on that? I mean, what the heck happened there?
I don't know. I've got our news guy turned off. The White House is having a press conference at 6 o'clock.
Yeah. So I'm just listening to what he's saying. Okay, here we go. Look at the S&P is just ripping. Like people that are trying to short this market are just getting
Clobbered.
they're getting yeah. Well, there's all sorts of words you could use, but they are getting their proverbial
Their butts handed
to them.
Oh, come on, JD. Hit be wet.
They are.
Brian, we were talking. We've been talking the last few days about opportunities in the market, right? Where you can see there's some companies obviously that are suffering considerably because of the virus. There's others that are benefiting, and we know like Zoom and others. As I called up Epic Pen, I just thought it was interesting. If you look at, I'll even use Epic Pen to draw on their own website, but they've got this notice here that says, with respect to a recent increase in interest, they're offering a 30% discount till the end of April. So obviously they've had a lot more people downloading it as people are working from home. So, you know, I mean, this is not publicly traded. It's just a small startup or whatever it is. But, you know, it's one of those companies that looks like they've benefited from the situation. So.
Yeah. Well, it is funny. I was talking to. Yeah, I was going to say. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Mike. It's more important.
Oh, I just was going to say that I got another fill on JD just below BWAT.
Yeah, I was talking to an ex-coworker from a company I used to work with, and she's now working from home, and she says she doesn't want to ever go back to work again. She's so happy not having to. It saves her an hour. She can sleep an extra hour in the morning and doesn't have to fight traffic. And she's managing her job just literally with, seamlessly. Nobody even knows she's at home. So she doesn't want.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to go back to work.
I think a lot of companies are probably going to be looking at moving a lot of employees to working from home when this goes back. I mean, it just.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I mean, yeah, one of the charities I'm working with, we were just about to sign a lease before all this hit to expand our office space by 50%. And because we've had unprecedented demand and, we run a help desk and a support service. And now that we were, all that stopped as we put in emergency technology to have everybody work from home, which, anyways, the staff have been resisting for years on me. So finally they put it in place so people could take calls from home. And we had a meeting just 2 days ago, and I said, like, we're going to cancel the lease. The landlord hasn't got back to us because for whatever reason, but we said that's good. Yeah. And let's change our mind because maybe we don't need the office space. Like our business model can now change because we've already invested. I mean, admittedly, it was a very quick investment, but we made the investment now to have remote technology, and we built the new processes, and we've got it all in place. So, we can operate differently post COVID-19. To your point, which means I think there's going to be a lot of businesses that are going to look and say, you know what, we would say, oh no, we couldn't possibly have our staff work from home until you had to, and then you realize, you know what, actually that did work. Maybe I don't need all this Class A office space that I'm leasing, and think of where I could spend that money differently if I wasn't leasing the space. So I do think it's going to create differences in the way businesses are operating. Some permanent, some not so permanent, but like I'm so used to operating remotely. To me, I don't understand what the big deal is. Like I've been literally doing it for over 20 years. But I worked for Nortel, right? And Nortel was pioneering this stuff back in the 1990s to develop it for the world. So, it just seems natural to me. But there's a lot of people for whom this is very new. So.
Well, there is always that resistance to change, but sometimes when people do change, they realize, hey, this was not as the fear is in the actual unknown.
Right.
Once you're out that hey, this isn't as bad as I had thought it would be.
84. I did not think I'd be talking about $84 on Guild. All right, well, Whoopee.
Happy.
Nice job on that trade, Peter.
Yeah, I was hoping for VWAP. I said, if you guys remember, it was I almost got stopped out of my break even when it pulled back here, and then I left sort of and just left it on autopilot and barely escaped. And I was looking for 40 cents. Well, here we are, $2.50 later. It's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, nice. Well, and Thor, you had a good trade there on VZ, so that's nice. Your private chat is not private, as I've been sharing my screen, so sorry about that. I'm going to, with only a few minutes left, if Guild looks like it's going to break down from 84 here, I'm just going to get out. Otherwise, I'll hold it. Maybe it'll pop up another $1. Who knows? But in 4 minutes, I'll give it like 10 cents maybe if it breaks down. Boy, it's suddenly really, look at all the buying at 84. Look at the volume. Somebody's picking up all these shares. Wow.
Well, it's all good, isn't it?
Let me pull it on the screen here for you guys. Look at all the buying.
Wow, that is.
Yeah, a lot of volume kicking in there, eh?
It just keeps replenishing, like, because you notice that the volume, the size looks small on the bid, but I guess I should put a time and sales up here. But if you look at the time and sales, it just look at all the orders coming through at 84, like just order after order after order. So. Yeah.
Now that keeps that up. It's eventually going to sell there.
Yeah.
But the white ones, I guess, are between the bid and ask.
But look at all the white ones. You notice it's 84.0005 cents, 80.000093. Like, it's all weird numbers. So these are computer sales. Obviously, no humans buying at 1/1000th of a cent.
Well, people are jumping in front of the 84 to get a fill, right? So they do the 4.01 or whatever.
But look at the chart, guys. Look how it's flatlined right here, right? Like, it's not moving off of it whatsoever. Just volume, tons of volume right at this price. There you go. There's a break.
Interesting time and sales study.
That was interesting. Let's see what Thor did. Yeah. Oh, Thor, look at that. You got the Verizon break. Good for you. Nice.
It's nice.
And I wasn't paying attention again. Dang it. All right, I'll get out here.
Soon as it lost the 84.
Yeah, well, once I knew if it dropped back below 84, the buyer probably would step back, and then, and down it goes. So that's awesome. Awesome.
About time to get out of JD.
I'm just looking. That's a good example why you hold. So that last 5% of my shares that I got out at just under 84 was worth. I got more on that partial than I think I did on my first 50% of my shares. So that's for me, that's the justification why I sometimes hold on to a little bit, because you never know, right? If it just takes off on you, I've still got my protective partials so that I protect the profit that I would have got if it just hit the targets I was looking for. But if it runs, then at least I can take advantage of it. I mean, the other way to look at it, of course, you could say, oh, if I just held everything for that. Which I know, I've said this before, statistically, I know if I held every one of my trades for like a 6 times return or bust, I would actually statistically make more money. But psychologically, I don't think I'm capable of doing that. All right. There's the bell, although I haven't got my bells set up.
Nice.
No closing bell.
Crazy.
And
all right. Well, that was quite the close. Ding, ding, ding. And look at the SPY that last hour. It was just some monster buying. And right into the close, volume just kept building.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way we end the week.
With a bang, not a whimper. So that was good because it actually
Nice.
was pretty quiet. The day was pretty quiet. I mean, if I look back here, guys, look what happened ever since noon. It sort of moved up to VWAP, chopped around VWAP, sort of, leaked its way down. And I thought, oh, we were just going to sort of leak down to the lows. But sure, maybe sure enough, we could say, right? I mean, this market just seems to have resilience. As Brian says all the time, you can't keep a good market down. It took off again.
Or you can't keep the Fed down.
Well, the Fed. Well, and we've been saying how, and I've been saying, like, in the last hour, you're going to get a bump up, and I don't know when it's going to be. I don't know how far it's going to go, but it has happened almost every day. Even on the weakest of days, we get this push up into the close, and here it just happened to just keep going. Right, that push upwards just kept going for the entire final hour. So, and it even accelerated towards the end there. Look at that. Oof. Wow, I'm happy with that. Three trades on the day, 3 green trades. That's a nice way to end a week.
Yes, this was a good way to end the week. A rough start, last 2 days made up for it all.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. All right.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Go.
Thanks, everybody. Now, on Monday, we will continue with earnings season. Have we got anything exciting coming up Monday morning? Let's take a look quickly. Halliburton, Ally Financial. They've never traded well. Infosys also doesn't usually trade well. That's really it. Some stuff that I don't even know. Truist Financial? Never heard of them. Am I just not in sync? Truist Financial's reporting. TFC is the symbol on that. 5 billion in revenue is their forecast number. They're big enough. I mean, that means they're 20 billion in revenue a year, and I don't know them. Weird.
SPY is continuing to go higher after the close here.
Infosys, that was one of my competitors back in the day.
Yeah. That was
nice, Tony. It's good to see you're
great.
ending the week green.
Good.
That's good, Tony.
Awesome.
Oh,
Okay,
Mike's
everyone.
ahead of us.
Well,
He's got a drink. He's got a drink going.
I am ahead of you. Yes.
Oh man, I gotta catch up.
I said right after the close this week I was going to have a drink because
All right.
my Monday through Wednesday was gut wrenching. Yes, Norm, it's 1 p.m. here, but I'm retired, so
I'm retired, damn it. No one's taking this away from me.
yep. I mean, Monday through Wednesday, it felt like no matter what I did, it would just go around and I would be wrong and get stopped out, and it was frustrating. And then came yesterday, had a good trade on JD MU yesterday, and then JD and MU today to round it off. Shows the goodness of risk management, because the trade I had yesterday wiped out all the losses on out of Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So
Wow, that's good.
a couple when I first started, that definitely would not have been the case.
Yeah. That does show good risk management, so well done.
So
Done. All right. Well, guys, let me
Mike.
take a look. Brian, I think you were...
yes, Norm.
Mike, you need to change your avatar. It's no longer representative
Clean cut.
of you.
Wait,
Yes, maybe I will.
What?
I may have to change that now.
Well, now I got to see it. Well, you got to remind me. What the heck was your avatar? What?
It's the clean cut picture that I got in the transition course for LinkedIn. It's on my LinkedIn account. So it's all clean cut, nice haircut, no beard.
Right.
Yeah.
What,
But I
well,
did have today was a gut-wrenching feeling today, though, because I opened up my email and I got this letter from an email from the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps. I was like, this can't be good. I got like 14 days left. Please just let me out.
right.
You know? And
So
the beginning
who's
of
got
the
music in the
letter
background?
started reading about the coronavirus and doing what we need to. And then it was just a congratulatory letter. But at first I was reading, I was like, great, this sounds like they are going to make me come back.
Huh. But that's not the case?
No, it wasn't. It was just a congratulatory
Oh, I see. Right.
letter
Okay.
that he sent. Because I'm officially retired and stopped getting paid the end of this month, so in about 13 days.
Right.
So then my
Norm,
pension will kick in.
is that you with the music in the background?
No,
Yeah, my
I don't listen to that.
Okay. Well, I should have.
my wedding song.
I should have guessed, Brian.
That's a song I danced to in our wedding.
Well,
Wooly Bully.
okay. Really?
Yeah, wasn't maybe
So-
happy like some Chicago song.
I didn't.
Anyway,
Got married in the 50s. Good for you.
Hey,
Stop it.
All right, guys. I'm gonna shut down YouTube.
Peter.
Looks like the party's starting in the room here. So if people are gonna
I think
have
you just
a
got.
little chat. What's that?
I think you just got told. Someone said,
Yeah.
"Stop it."
Yeah. Somebody's telling me. All right. Well, in that case, let's not put this all.
I
over
didn't
the
even
internet.
see that.
Guys, we had another good day today. There's a few stocks that we looked at in the morning that it did pan out. Guild was one of them that was on our watch list, and I didn't find a trade in it till the end of the day, but it did work out. This morning was pretty choppy. I wasn't seeing much of anything till it finally bottomed and then gave me a reversal pattern. I was able to trade. Zoom was another one we were watching again. Pretty choppy. Midday there was a trade if you were, gutsy enough to take it long from here, but the spread was big and I wasn't playing it today. mRNA was one that was on our list that I know Thor had tried, but look at it. It's just a little bouncy. He didn't have a lot of success. Was that the one he traded? I can't remember where he made his money. The first one worked and the rest didn't. So. But mRNA, I think, caused him some headaches. I could see an opportunity right in here, but looks like it would have been a tough trade. What else were we looking at? Over the day, Peloton came up in conversation. I didn't see much on it because by the time somebody mentioned around noon, it was really just chopping around, so not a big one. MU was on our list because, well, really because Mike, it's his old standby, and he once again made it work for him, so that's good. AMD, I tried a trade myself in the morning on AMD. That didn't really work out, and as you can see, it was pretty choppy, a little tough to trade. There was an opportunity here, but by then it was just so choppy, I'd sort of given up on it and moved my attention elsewhere, so not much going on there. Disney was really one of my longest trades of the day. Well, no, sorry, it was my longest trade of the day. I was going to say one of my biggest trades of the day, but I only had 3 of them. So I got in short here just below VWAP and was basically held this all day till I finally got stopped out way over here. As you can see, unfortunately, it didn't do much. I was really holding. I could have got out, about 3-4 hours earlier for the exact same or better profit than I got out in eventually. But some days that's the way it goes. So. And I think those are the big ones. There's lots of other things people were trading in the room, but those are the main ones. Let me just flip back here. Yeah, I think those are the main ones. So thanks everybody on YouTube for joining us. Thanks everybody in the room. It's time for us to have a little
Thank
social
you.
with our members, maybe. We'll spend a couple of minutes saying goodbye at the end of the week. For everybody out there on the web. Oh, sorry, I don't have my charts up. But if you wanted to join us, not only for the social, but for trading and everything else, you can use a discount code of PREMARKET24, which gives you a discount to $24 for a week trial. It gives you a feel for what the room's like. It's well worth doing if you just want to try it out and see if it's the place for you. We really do have a lot of information, great people in the room. It's a great place to come and learn and trade with others. Or if you're ready to join us, you can join us full-time for the lifetime membership. You get 40% off. And the code is Earth Day, if I recall. So it's all one word, Earth Day. That's 40% off the one-time payment option for the lifetime membership. So hopefully you'll take the opportunity to join us, and we will be able to say hi to you in the room as we get started Monday morning at 7:30 when I open it up with scanners, 8:30 when Norm and Carlos do the pre-market show. They find the moving stocks, they give you an overview of what the market's doing, and get us ready for live trading all day. So with that, later, all my friends on the web, and I said we're going to have a drink with all our friends in the room, and talk to you later.
Everybody have a great weekend.
Safe weekend.